Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take all that information you send us, sift through it, and try to pull out the key stuff you need.
Right, helping you get the insights quickly, basically. Especially today, it feels like there's just so much information flying around.
Exactly. And today, you've pointed us towards something really interesting. University 365. They're calling themselves the Applied AI University.
Yeah, and the sources suggest they're taking a pretty unique angle on education, especially with AI booming like it is.
For sure. It was founded, let's see, 2020 by Alec Moraes. He's got history in IT education, founded SUPFO too, apparently.
Ah, okay. So experience there.
Right. And U365 seems laser focused on like AI, neuroscience, microlearning, microcredentials, all the buzzwords, but maybe connected.
It looks like it. And it's not just for, college kids. The materials mention it's designed for lifelong learning, too, relevant for pretty much everyone nowadays.
Which feels essential, honestly. So our mission for this deep dive, based on what you said, is to figure out what makes University 365 different. What are their methods? And how could they actually help someone, succeed as AI keeps changing everything?
Sounds good. Let's dig in.
Okay, so the foundation seems to be this thing called UNOP, University 365 Neuroscience-Oriented Pedagogy. That's a mouthful.
Ha! It is. But the core idea is powerful. They frame it as a human-centric AI pedagogy designed to make learners superhuman.
Superhuman. Okay, bold claim. What does that actually mean in practice?
Well, it seems to me it's a whole learning system, based on how our brains actually learn best. It's about respecting our biology, our cognitive limits, but then using tech to, enhance our natural abilities.
So not just throwing more data at us faster.
Exactly. It's about upgrading things like focus, remembering stuff better, handling stress, and just being more agile mentally, learning how to learn almost.
Which seems crucial. AI is moving incredibly fast, but our brains are,
Yeah.
they haven't had a software update in a while.
Precisely. And that's the contrast they draw. Traditional education, even some online stuff, might just ignore mental fatigue or, how our attention actually works in cycles. UNOP seems built around those biological realities.
Okay, so the sources break UNOP down into 8 key strengths. Let's maybe walk through those. First up, neuroscience-driven learning.
Right. This is where they explicitly mention integrating known techniques. Things like the Pomodoro
Oh,
technique.
yeah, the timer thing.
Well,
Work, break, work, break.
exactly. Plus the loci method, mind mappings, Tony Buzan's work, and the Feynman method.
Okay, those are all established techniques. How does UNOP's integration make them special for learning AI, for example?
Well, think about it. Pomodoro helps manage focus on, say, a complex coding problem without burning out. Loci and mind mapping help visualize abstract AI concepts, make them stick better because they use spatial and visual memory.
Okay, makes sense.
And Feynman, explaining something simply to really prove you understand it. That's gold for truly grasping AI principles, not just memorizing terms. So UNORP seems to layer these intentionally to hit learning from multiple angles.
All right. Strength number 2, binaural audio tracks. Soundscapes for learning, focus, rest. Sounds a bit out there. How does that work?
It's interesting, yeah. The idea is that these sounds with slightly different frequencies in each ear can influence your brainwaves, nudge you towards a state of concentration for deep work or relaxation during a break.
So it's about managing your mental state for learning.
Pretty much, recognizing that how you feel and how focused you are directly impacts learning quality, especially when tackling something dense like AI theory. It's subtle, but potentially supportive.
Okay, number 3, microlearning powered by AI. They have this 5M2S concept, 5 minutes to success. Learning stuff in under 5 minutes. Can that really work for complex topics?
Well, it's not about becoming an expert in 5 minutes, right? It's more about acknowledging short attention spans and busy schedules.
Okay.
5M2S gives you the core concept of, say, a news article, a tool, even a lecture really fast. Enough to grasp the main idea or decide if you want to learn more.
So it's an entry point.
Exactly. And they do offer ways to go deeper, like their D2L podcasts or T2L tutorials. It's about making learning accessible, offering these little bites first.
I can see that being useful. Okay, 4th is time and stress management. They mention Pareto, the 80-20 rule, and NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. Dr. Huberman's stuff.
Yeah, this connects to the bigger picture of UNOP being a sustainable system. Pareto helps you focus your energy on the most impactful learning activities for AI, not just busy work.
Right, prioritize.
And NSDR is about active rest and recovery, reducing stress, preventing burnout. If you're learning demanding AI skills, managing cognitive load and stress is key to actually retaining anything long term.
Makes sense. It's holistic. Fifth strength, AI mentor support with U Copilot, a 24/7 AI tutor. How's this different from just asking a regular chatbot?
Good question. The key seems to be integration. UCopilot is designed within the U365 ecosystem. It understands their curriculum, UNOP principles, maybe even your progress.
Ah, okay. Context aware.
Precisely. It can answer questions about your specific course, check if you've grasped concepts according to their methods, break things down in a way that fits the UNOP style. It's a tailored study partner, not a generic oracle.
That could be powerful. Sixth is holistic personal development, linking to their ULM system life management across 6 areas. Why bundle life coaching with AI education?
Because learning doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? If your health is suffering or you're stressed about finances or your relationships are strained, your cognitive performance tanks.
True. Hard to focus.
Exactly. ULM, inspired by the Life book, provides a framework to keep those different life areas in balance. A stable foundation makes it much easier to tackle the demands of learning something complex like AI. Optimize the whole system, basically.
Okay, seventh, stackable micro-credentials. MC squared, they call it. Job-ready skills, short bursts, build towards diplomas. How do these stack up against traditional degrees in the AI field?
They seem really relevant for AI specifically because the field changes so fast. A traditional degree takes years, but a micro-credential lets you grab a specific in-demand skill like prompt engineering or data analysis for a certain tool right now.
And show employers you have it.
Right. And because they're stackable, you can build up expertise flexibly over time, staying current without needing huge time commitments up front. It's very agile.
Okay, final one, number 8, biological respect.
Right.
Emphasizing the human element. Why is that a key strength?
Because ultimately, we are the ones doing the learning. Tech is a tool. UNOP seems built on the idea that the best way to learn, even with AI, is to work with our natural cognitive processes, not against them. Respecting attention spans, memory limits, the need for rest, it makes the whole process more effective and, frankly, more human.
It ties it all together. So they're really positioning UNOP against older systems, even just standard online courses, by focusing on this brain-based mastery.
Yeah, it's not just content delivery. It's about how you learn, manage yourself, and integrate it all. That blend of learning science, life optimization, and AI tools seems to be their unique selling point.
Okay, so that's UNOP. You mentioned ULM, the life management system, as part of that holistic view. Let's touch on that a bit more. 6 life domains.
Right. Body and health, spirit and mind, character and emotions, social and love, career and finance, and quality of life. The core idea, drawn from things like the Life book, is that these are all interconnected.
Imbalance in one affects the others.
Exactly. You can't really excel professionally if your health is terrible or your stress is through the roof. ULM gives you a structure to actively manage all these areas for overall well-being, which then fuels your learning and success.
And it runs on this EVA cycle. Explore, visualize, act. Can you walk us through how that might work? Say someone wants to upskill in AI for their career.
Sure, so explore. You'd research AI roles, maybe specific skills U365 offers micro-credentials for, look at salary ranges, talk to people in the field, gather info.
Okay.
Then visualize. You'd really picture yourself in that AI role. Imagine completing a project, getting positive feedback, feeling confident with the technology, achieving that salary goal. Make it vivid.
Right. See it happening.
And finally, act. This is where you take concrete steps.
Yeah.
Enroll in that U365 course, block out study time, update your resume, reach out to someone for an informational interview. Planned actions.
And then you repeat the cycle.
Continuously. Review progress, explore next steps, visualize the next milestone, act again. It's an engine for ongoing growth across all those life areas.
Practical. Okay, let's shift gears to LIPS and CARE. LIPI is the digital second brain. CARE is how you process info. With AI generating so much content, how do these help avoid overwhelm?
That's exactly the problem they aim to solve. LIPI's Life Interest Project System is your central hub, a place to capture everything relevant notes, articles, ideas, tasks related to your whole life, not just work projects.
Like a digital filing cabinet, but smarter.
Sort of, yeah. And Care, Collect, Action Plan, Review, Execute is the workflow for handling what goes into LIPIS. It forces you to be intentional.
How so?
Well, Collect is about filtering, only saving what's truly relevant. just LPS it and lose it.
Mm.
Action plan means deciding immediately what to do with it, a task, schedule it, file it, just do it or schedule it.
So no, just dumping stuff without a plan.
Right. Then review is regularly checking your tasks, calendar, and LPS content to stay on track. Just review it and reschedule it. And execute is actually doing the planned tasks on time. Just do it on time.
It sounds structured. Well, EPS apparently borrows from GTD, PRA, Pomodoro, Atomic Habits. A lot of productivity hits.
Is it complicated to set up?
It might sound like it, but the sources suggest starting simple. They recommend basic tools most people have: cloud storage like OneDrive, email like Outlook, tasks like Microsoft To Do, notes like OneNote. The key isn't mastering every technique instantly.
What is the key, though? It's implementing the consistent folder structure they recommend. Having the same main folders, life, interests, projects, system everywhere. In your files, your email, your notes.
Why is that specific structure so important?
Cognitive load reduction, basically. Your brain likes patterns. If your digital world is organized consistently, you don't waste mental energy figuring out where stuff is, you just know. That frees up brain power for actual thinking and learning, like figuring out AI concepts.
Reducing friction. Okay. Last big piece. The UP method. University 365 prompting. For talking to AI, this feels super timely.
Absolutely essential skill. Now, we're all interacting with LLMs, but often haphazardly, getting inconsistent results, wasting time. UP aims to fix that.
How? What's the structure?
It breaks a prompt down into 5 distinct parts, or layers. 4 are mostly static, reusable files. 1 is the specific instruction.
Okay, what are the layers?
You've got a context file, background facts, brand info, a role file, telling the AI who it should be, like marketing director, a user persona file, who's asking maybe CEO Alec, and an audience persona file, who the output is for.
And the 5th part.
That's the task prompt, the actual instruction, the only bit that usually changes each time. Like, write a marketing brief, or draft an email to this audience.
So you assemble these pieces, like building blocks.
Exactly, at runtime. The static files provide consistent context, role, and perspective. You just give the specific task. It makes prompting repeatable, auditable. They even mention using hashing for versions and really personalized by swapping personas.
And the benefits, the pilot results sounded pretty good.
Yeah, 72% less drafting time for marketing briefs, higher learner satisfaction with UCopilot using UP, 0 compliance issues because the context is controlled, and 41% lower token spend because the static parts can be cached.
So faster, better, cheaper, safer AI interactions.
That's the pitch. It moves prompting from an art to more of a repeatable science.
And how does this connect back to, say, UNOP or CARE?
Well, the UP method mirrors the chunking principle from UNOP, breaking down complexity to make it easier for the AI, just like UNOP does for the human brain. And they outline a workflow using CARE to manage your UP prompt modules within your LitPS system, collect good examples, plan updates, review effectiveness, execute prompts.
It really is all interconnected. That example they gave prompt for a marketing plan, then reuse most parts but swap the audience persona to get an email version that clarifies the efficiency.
Definitely. Write less, reuse more, get consistent, targeted results. It aligns with how LLMs work best and how our brains manage information too.
Okay, so pulling this all together, UNOP, ULM, LIPS, CARE, UUP, it's a whole ecosystem they've built at University 365.
It really is a comprehensive system designed for learning and performing effectively in the age of AI. It's quite ambitious.
What stands out most is that focus on integrating everything: neuroscience, personal growth, productivity, AI tools, all working together.
Agreed. And crucially, it seems focused on working with human biology and psychology, using AI as an amplifier, not just a replacement. Learning with AI optimized for humans.
So for you listening, it doesn't really matter if you're 18 or 68, student or CEO. The sources really emphasize that these methods, this approach, is relevant for anyone trying to navigate the changes AI is bringing.
That's a key takeaway. And importantly, University 365 apparently wants people to actually use this. They offer the chance to become a member for free.
Right. So you can actually start exploring these ideas yourself. Start that journey to understand AI, work with it effectively, using the kinds of methods we've been talking about. UNOP's brain-friendly learning, ULM's life balance, LiveScare's organization, UP's smart prompting.
It's an invitation to engage, really, not just be passively swept along by AI, but to actively use it, guided by a system designed to make you more capable, maybe even superhuman, as they put it.
It's definitely a framework for adapting and thriving. Food for thought.
Indeed. The tools and the approach seem to be there. It's about taking that step to engage with them.
Well, that's our deep dive for today. Definitely gave us a lot to think about. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Until next time.